Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully you can all hear me all right. And if you can, please comment that there's some sound coming through and there's some vision coming through as well, if you wouldn't mind, please. So, goodness me. This build has been long awaited, and all our prayers and answers have come through. Thank goodness that this lovely Eddie Stobart lorry has eventually come through, and it's now a full build by the lovely people at Harshett. And Harshett have now they've made it into a full build. It's 130 issues, I believe. It's 130 or 140 issues. 140 issues, I believe. 140 issues, so it's a long build. And me and Christine are going to be doing two of them. I'm going to be doing one, and Christine's going to be doing the other. So as we normally do as a husband and wife team. So and if you remember from the Route Master buses, we did one each of the Route Masters. So right. And what I will say, everybody, is that I'll just have a quick look through the chat. Oh yeah. I'll have a quick look through the chat. Audio and video is okay. Thanks ever so much. Right, so what I will say is that I have a big announcement to make at the end of this show. So please stick around for the big announcement. It'll come as a shock to some people, and I'm hoping that to everybody it's coming as a nice surprise. It certainly did come as a nice surprise to me and Christine. So anyway, stick around till the end of the show. So right, who's in the chat? Let's have a look. We've got Jay's channel. So hi Jay, good afternoon all. Breaker 19. We have a convoy laughing out loud. Good luck with your builds. Thanks, Jason. So then we've got Dave Mack builds. Good afternoon, Dream Team. Enjoy the build. It should be a good one. Thanks, Dave Mack. And yeah, there's only two of us on the Dream Team this afternoon, but me and Chris. So and Dave Mack says, hi, Jay's channel. How are you? And then we've got Wild of Mike. Good afternoon, Dave. Good afternoon, Wild of Mike. Thanks for joining us. And stick around for the big announcement. So, and then we've got Max Mods. Come on, chat. Max Mods, all good, Dave. Okay, thank you for that, Mark. And good afternoon to you, Mark. And we've got a guy from the 60s. Hi, Dave. Hope you're okay. Yeah, well, a guy from the 60s. Yeah, we're okay. Well, we're half left and we're half right, aren't we? So, yeah, and is it raining where you are, a guy from the 60s? So let's hope it isn't, because it nearly always is where you come from. Right, so John's model making. Afternoon, Dave. Audio and video, okay. Thanks ever so much for that, John, and good afternoon to you too. And then we've got Yorkshire Crafter. Hi, everyone. Hello, Julie. Good afternoon. And I think that's brought the chat up for now, so that's great. So first of all, then, we're going to have a look at what was in the newsagents recently, and that was the 199 pack. And if you can remember back a year ago, we got this pack a year ago, and it was nearly the same. In fact, it probably was the same. But we'll have a quick look at the pack that's come through the newsagents. So here we go. Look. So we got all this for £1.99. It's generally called the loss leader, isn't it? Because you get a lot of parts given, and a lot of magazines and bits and pieces of info, and the builds magazine, of course, and then you get the subscription bits and bobs that you can send that one off to the newsagent. And Eddie Stobart Moving the Nation. You can send that to your newsagent to get it organised for you every week. You can also do that at WH Smith's and big places like that. So yeah, that's handy to know, isn't it? So And then we've got some leaflets of subscriptions. So you can subscribe to this via Hachette. So Hachette are online, and it is now live. It's all this Eddie Stobart truck build, moving the nation. So if you just type in Hachette, the company Hachette, you will find it online. But if you don't want to do that, you can actually free post this leaflet off to Ringwood in England. And so if you do happen to subscribe to it, you will get issue 2 with your die-cast door and rear view mirrors. You'll get a free issue 3, a free toolkit. You'll get and that's with your first issue. So, and then you will get a free Eddie Stobart binder to put all your magazines in, and then you'll get a free 1/76 scale model of Dolly, so which is pretty much the sister to the one we're doing. We're doing Twiggy, but it's pretty much the sister to Twiggy is Dolly, and that'll be with your 7th delivery. So yeah, and well worth having. I have a model of Twiggy, and it was difficult to come by in 1/76 scale, and I've actually bought that when this came out on trial a year ago, and there's no Twiggies around now at 1/76 scale, so they must have all been sold up. But I think it was something like a tenner with postage, so I was really lucky. So anyway, that's enough of that. You're all familiar, all those of you that do partworks, with how a partworks works regarding the magazine. You get a nice magazine, and with Hachette, and you get all your parts listed to the right hand column there, and all your parts shown in a block like that. And then you get the assembly tips and the build diary, as it was, of how to build this with text and photographs. And you can look through the text and photographs and then build your model as it's shown in the build instructions. Then you get you always get something that's rather interesting in the magazines, and that's the history or relevant information to do with whatever you're building. And in this case, it's all to do with Eddie Stobart's and Eddie Stobart's trucks, family, where they come from, where they're based, how many wagons they've got, why they named them after ladies, and etc., 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 which is really, really interesting information. And what's interesting for me is that there's some nice pictures of tractors here, some nice vintage tractors, and I've noticed on this picture that there's a blue Fordson Major there, and there's a David Brown tractor there, and a Fordson Standard tractor there. And I had all 3 of them tractors at one time, so in real life, but that's another story. Right, so and as I said, you do get a nice brochure with it that shows you all the working parts, the die-cast parts, and what the truck actually does. It has lights, it has movements, and probably has sound as well, but we haven't got to that bit yet. We don't know for certainty. So it has working lights, it has exceptional detail, it has opening doors, it has independent suspension, it has realistic wheel movement. In other words, you can place the wheels. You can also tilt the cab as well, so you can see that lovely engine there, that lovely DAF engine. Yeah. So, and then you have a scan to see the action, so you can see what's going to happen to your model as it grows over the next 2.5 years. And then it gives you another important bit of information down here at the back of this page, and that is the technical specifications of the model. And I don't know whether you can see there, but the total length of this model is 1,128 millimeters. So yeah, it's well over a meter long, and it's 323 millimeters to the top of the trailer, and the trailer itself is 901 millimeters, and the cab tractor unit, as they're called, is 436 millimeters in length. So yeah, and it's 238 millimeters in width in total. So it's made of die-cast metal parts and plastic fine details and steel screws. So, and if you think back to the Routemaster had 3,000 screws and 1,200 parts or thereabouts, and it weighed 14 kilos. So this is going to be about the same. This is going to weigh pretty much the same, I would have thought. It's going to be quite heavy. It's going to be large. It's going to be in your face, but it's going to be one superb model. And I wholeheartedly back Harshet with this model. And I think if you're anything like a truck enthusiast, an Eddie Stobart enthusiast, or anything like that, this is going to go sit lovely with the Routemaster, and it's going to sit lovely in your collection. So, and it's going to keep you busy for the next 2.5 years or so. Right. So, I think I've rattled on enough with that. You also get the parts, of course, and you'll get a lovely, nice metal grill, metal front panel, should I say, and then the plastic grill, and then the DAF logos and screws, and even a free screwdriver as well to build it. So this is my 199 copy that I'm going to keep as just a show piece, like I do with several copies when I do show models. I do keep several copies just for people to look at and handle, and I'll be keeping that put away. It's not worth an awful lot. It's only worth 199, but yeah, it's worth putting away and showing people and handing it to people to look at. So, who says we should get building then, or should I catch up with a bit of chat, do you think? What do you say, Chris?
You can do chat if you want.
Catch up with some chat, okay. I'll have to have a drink because I'm a bit dry. So, right, okay, I don't want you to be looking at a blank screen, so we'll bring that back on in play. Right, so chat, where did we get up to? Goodness me, it's coming in thick and fast. Thank you ever so much for chatting to me. Okay, so a guy from the 60s says, yes, Dave, it's raining here in Leeds as usual. Well, yeah, for those that don't know him, yeah, this is a guy that's been friends with me now for 3 years or more. So, and he's a really good guy. So yeah, and but he has the unfortunate mishap of living where it always rains, and that's Leeds. So. Right, so Jay's channel says Dave Mack builds, so ups and downs, stressed, laughing out loud. Okay, and then Dano says Dano's Unibest said hi all, hi Dano, and thanks for joining us. And then the guy from the 60s says in. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So Dave Mack builds, you'll get there, Jay, eventually. Yes, you will, my friend. So, and Max Mod says it's not raining in Dewsbury. No, it's not raining here neither at the moment. So, and then John's model making says sunny intervals in not lob. Where's not lob? So I would imagine that's Bolton, so or Preston, or out that way, isn't it, John? So not raining in Bolton or Preston. So right, okay. Well, let's get on with a bit of a building, shall we? And then the quicker I get built, the quicker you can find out what I've got to tell you a bit later on. So, and don't forget, it's a big announcement, and I want you to stick around if you will, please. So let's build issue 1. So in issue 1, we have all these little lovely bits and pieces. So do you want to go ahead and describe the pieces, please, for me, Chris?
Yes, can do. First of all, good afternoon, everybody. Number 1 is your bonnet.
Oh yeah, lovely steel bonnet, and yeah, there's quite some weight to that as well, and it's lovely and solid, and it's well painted. I love the green. This green is just exactly the same as I painted your Shilibia bus. I reckon that's the same green. I really do. It's lovely. Okay.
Number 2 is the handle.
Number 2 is the handle. Okay, well, I've got some tweezers here, so there's the handle. And so if you can't see anything on the video, just shout at me and I'll try and do my best.
Number 3 is the D, the insignia for the bonnet.
The D with the
D, yeah.
The D with the
Circle, no.
circle on it, no?
No, I don't think so.
No, the other D. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we are.
And then you've got a 4A.
An A.
Yeah, and number 5 is F.
And number 5 is F. And they've not got the circle on the back. Is that correct? Or have they got the circle on the back? No, I think they're...
No, they haven't.
No, okay. Right. So the D, A and F, yeah.
Number 6 is the grill.
That's the plastic grill that's here, yeah. Okay. And lovely looking grill it is too. Nice detail. So,
Then you've got your letters again. DAF, which I've got
okay.
the circle on the back.
And the DAF have got a circle on the back, yeah, that's correct. And I don't know whether this camera will actually pick this up. It might do, it might not, but on the back there is a little circle, and on the A and the F also has the same, and that means that they go on the plastic grill. So I'll put them down there. There's one, whoops, and it's alive, that one, and then there's 3 there. Okay.
Number 10 is the reflectors for the side light ×2.
10 is the reflectors, not the glasses.
No?
The reflectors.
Yeah.
So the little silver bits. Okay. So they're both the same.
10, yeah.
Okay.
11 is the lens for the side light.
The lenses. Now these are going to be difficult to see on plastic and on my white sheet here, but I do actually know that they're there. So I'll put them near the bonnet for now.
And number 7 is, number 12 is 7 PB screws.
7 PB screws, and these are the very, very tiny little screws here. And as you've noticed, I'm using the wearer screwdriver. And let's see if this Archette screwdriver actually works. I'll get out of the packet. Is it magnetized? Oh yes, it is. So both of them are magnetized. Brilliant. Lovely. So what's the first thing we have to do then? My lovely assistant. Turn the page.
Take the bonnet and the handle, 1 and 2. Put the ends of the handle into the 2 holes at the centre top of the bonnet. The pegs are slightly angled. The handle should slope upwards.
Yes, they are slightly angled as well. Yeah, so they're going there then, and they just push fit, is it? Yeah. Okay. So we've got that in nicely. I think I may glue that later on because it doesn't look very secure. So I may glue that a little bit later on. Okay.
Next is step 2 is your lettering.
Lettering. Oh, the ones without the circles on.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do we do with them?
Stick them in them holes on the bonnet.
Right. Okay. So we just pop them in them holes, and we obviously pop them in DAF, don't we? Because it's a DAF, and it's. I only found out recently. Well, I knew a long time ago, but I only remembered recently what DAF actually stood for, and it's Van Dorn's Automobile Fabriek, and it was actually a Dutch company, Dutch pair of brothers that started DAF, Van Dorn's Automobile Fabriek. So there you are. You've learnt something now, haven't you? Okay. Next.
Yeah. Number 4 is the grill.
Number 4 is the grill.
Take the 3 letters for the grill, 7, 8 and 9, the ones with the circle.
Okay. In the correct order, like DAF, obviously.
I shall do it the other way. FAD.
So D, and then press the A. Push fit, obviously, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I like a bit of push fit, and I do like to sometimes add a little bit of glue on the back, just a tiny weeny bit, just so that they don't come off.
I see yours a bit small. Yours around.
Use a round flower to fit it.
Yeah.
Is that what it says? Okay. Well, I think they've gone on so fast. This might be, this one might be a bit tricky. So this is the F. So yeah. Come on, in you go. Now, I think somebody else had difficulty with this. Was it you, John's model making? Yeah, I think you did, didn't you? So yeah, you get, once you get past a certain age, you know, your fingers get a bit, I don't know, not as strong as there was, if you know what I mean. So there we are. There's the DAF on the grill. It's not very good for you to see on this white background, but yeah. Okay, next.
Fit the grill number 6 into the centre of the bonnet as shown.
Okay, I would imagine it would be like that. Okay, and then, oh yeah, it pushes in nicely as well. Yeah, lovely. So, and then I take it we do screw it in, do we?
Yeah.
Okay, well this is some lovely material that Christine's bought me for building, and under here I have my cutting mat, and what I would say is that this is a tip that it always comes up in our builds, and that is, don't place your work down on the surface of something hard that would scratch it, because obviously this lovely paintwork, you want to try and keep it as nice as possible. So this is this is like velvet, isn't it? This is it's lovely.
It's like felt.
Felt, yeah. You got it from Boise's, was it?
Right.
Okay.
Turn the bonnet over and identify the 4 screw holes in the grill.
1,
You
2,
will need
3,
4 of the 1.2 times 3mm screws.
4 screws. Okay, jolly good. And you put them in there like so. And they're going into plastic, so you don't need to be too ham-fisted with it. So I'll try and get a bit more on camera if I can. So yeah, there's quite a few of you in here in the chat that's not really seen me build live much in the past, and yeah, that could alter in the future. I could be doing certain builds live in the future, and I've normally been on the other side of the camera where Christine is now, reading instructions and such like. And but what's going to be more surprising is that actually Christine wants to do it live. Perhaps she's a bit unsure at the moment, but she's wanting to get cracking with it because she's actually got an operation on her hand very shortly. So she's going to be out of action. For those of you that watch the Craft and Chat show on a Thursday, you'll know that Christine's going to be out of action from next week onwards with her hands and such like. So she's wanting to try and get on with this if she can, but it's going to be about a 6 to 8 week recovery period before she can actually use her hands again to do things like this.
Well, I lost the said, you know, how long will it be before I can use a screwdriver?
What? Okay, so there we are. So that's screwed the grill on. Lovely.
Take the first side light reflector and the bonnet. Identify the hole in the side of the bonnet where the side light will be fitted.
Aha, right. Okay, so I gather you just push these in from the front then, do you? So, and they've got a little widget on them, a little sticking out widget.
No, there is a bar on the side of the reflector. That fits into the slot and the hole in the bonnet.
That's right. I like a little keyhole, yeah. So I would imagine that would go in there. Just get it in the right place. Okay, so that's nicely in. And same again for the other side, is it? Same again for the other side. So stand on and get get it in there, look. So there we are. So that's got them two in.
Carefully turn the bonnet over and fix the side light in place using 1.2 times 3mm PB screws.
Ooh, right.
Repeat to fit the second side light reflector in the place below.
And they're there and there. Yeah, okay. So let's see if we can get them in nicely. Yeah, and you have to be careful again because they are plastic. So just nice and gentle. And I'm guessing that this is the last screw that we'll be using because there is one spare. Oh, there we are. Nicely in. Okay. And turn it over again, yeah?
Yeah.
All
Fit
right.
the side light lens 11 in place on top of the side light reflector. This is a push connection.
Ah, push fit connection, yeah, because they have got a little nodule sticking up on them for them to go into them holes. So if I can get my unsteady hands in there to do this, I will do. It's just getting them lined up properly. And I'm conscious that we're actually losing a bit of daylight as well. So there's one. And you had a nice satisfying click there where it went in. Let's hope this one does the same. And get that over there. If I can. Come on, fingers. There we are. A nice satisfying click again. So is that it for...
That's number one complete.
Wow. So that's step one all done. Nicely done. And apart from our fingerprints on the paint, which won't be there for much longer because I'll polish it off. So as always with the parts like this that you get like this, store it away very, very carefully. Store it away in some nice soft cloth or some nice bubble wrap, and I would imagine it'll be quite some time before we're using this front panel. Abia, thank you very much. Lovely. That's smashing. So that's the front grille sorted. Okay, stage one. No, actually magazine number one, issue one done. Okay, so shall we have a look at chat again before we move on to two? Okay, right, so where was we in the chat? So yeah, we was at we were sunny intervals in Note Lob, weren't we? So so John's Model Making says, afternoon Chris, it's raining in Bolton. Yeah, I thought it was Bolton. Yeah, very famous place in England is Bolton, where one of my childhood should I say youth guys came from there. They used to follow around quite regular, and that was Fred Dibner, of course. So he came from Bolton, so he's sadly no longer with us. So Welded Mike says, I have them tweezers, they're fantastic, very nice to work with. Yes, they are, Mike. Yeah, you squeeze them to open them. If I can get them over where you can see them, probably over the white. Yeah, squeeze them to open them and let go to grip. So yeah, they're reverse tweezers, aren't they? So yeah, they are very good. I've got two sets. I've got an angled set as well. So, and then we've got Max Mod says, hi Christine, good to see you helping Dave. Yeah, she's learning all the bits and pieces to this build, which is fabulous. And then, oh, come on, chat, it's sticking. So, and Dana's Universe says, I've just uploaded my issue one of these iconic builds. Hope you don't mind me mentioning it. Not at all, Dana. I don't mind anybody mentioning anything on my streams. It's absolutely perfectly fine, as long as it's all good and all clean, which it normally is. So, and then we've got John's Model Making says, instructions advised to clear out any holes. And yes, they were a little stubborn. Yeah, that's true. I did have a look at them before the stream, and thought, yeah, well, they'll probably go in there nicely. And I can see why the instructions advice was like that, John, because you'd end up splitting the plastic if you did happen to force the letters into the plastic. So yeah. And Dave Mack says, hi at Dano's Universe. And then Dano's Universe says, hi at Dave Mack Builds. And then Jay's channel says, I use felt on my cutting mats for the painted parts. On my channel, I have Eddie Stobart issue 2 on Sunday, 6 p.m. Tonight is issue 4 and 5 of the Citroen 2CV Charleston at 6 p.m. Wow. So head over to Jay's channel for all them lovely builds, and then Dano's Universe for his builds as well. And I do believe there's lots on Max Mod's channel regarding the Spitfire recently, and there's lots on Wild of Mike's channel regarding the Spitfire recently, and there's lots on John's Model Making's channel recently as well. So yeah, and there's lots on Dave Max builds too. So God blimey, where are we? So there's lots of chat. Please give Dave a big thumbs up for the amazing build, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks ever so much for that, Jay's channel. It's much appreciated. And then Welder Mike says, hope all goes well with the operation and speedy recovery for your hand, Chris, says Welder Mike.
Thank you.
So, and the chat's gone mad as usual, so I've got to get hold of it. So Yox Crafter says, laughing out loud, Christine, my offer still stands for you for your build. Wow. So yeah, all girls together and all that. Yeah, lovely. That'll be smashing. I'm pretty sure she'll take you up on that offer whenever you're going to be free. Yeah. So a guy from the 60s says, I hope this build brings the gang back together that built the Routemaster. I miss the dream team. I'm not sure that'll happen, and for reasons I'm not going to go into on here, but I'm not sure that'll happen. But rest assured, what you will see is quality, as usual, hopefully. So, and Dano's Universe says it does look good. Like, yes, it does. It looks rather superb, doesn't it, Dana? So John's Model Making says, good build, Dave and Christine. I cannot wait for the engine. Yes, absolutely. So we're going to do issue 2 in a minute. And then John's Model Making says, lovely statue of Fred Dibner in the town centre. Yes. I haven't seen it in person, but I have seen pictures of it.
I'd like to see that.
And I have actually met Fred on a couple of occasions in Yorkshire when he was up here doing a steam rally, and it's a steam rally that we always used to go to at Driffield. So, and yeah, what a character, what a man, brilliant, and head for heights without no doubt, and plenty of guts too, and plenty of Lancashire grit without shadow of a doubt. So we've got Neil Ratcliffe. Hi everyone from Morecambe Bay. Hi Neil, thanks for joining us all the way over there in Morecambe. I used to visit Morecambe when I was coach driving, and Christine's been there too. Morecambe Market we used to go to when we were staying in Blackpool, and we used to do Morecambe Market, and then we used to do the lakes and things like that on weeks tours. Yeah, when I was coach driving back when. So yeah, lovely little place, and lovely little market too it was as well, and lovely little seafront was Morecambe. So, and I think that's the end of the chat so far. So let's crack on and do a bit more building, shall we? So that's issue 1. Let's have a look at issue 2, shall we? And excuse my arms being in the way, but so if you want to describe the parts for me, please.
Number 1 is the offside cab door.
Offside cab door. So, and again, it's in this lovely green finish. Beautiful. And the transfers are absolutely wonderful. The transfers are superb. Whoever's made them has made a really, really good job. They are beautiful. And the cab doors, solid metal again. So yeah, and it's you can tell it instantly that this model is going to be beautiful. Okay.
Number 2 is the door handle.
2 is the door handle, and I'm guessing that that's the door handle there. Yeah.
3 is the mirror bar.
Mirror bar, and this always reminds me of some new buses that we actually bought for a charity. We bought them from good old Rochdale Mellors. You'll know where they are, John. So yeah, we and they had big mirror bars on like this, and we had one knocked off once on a bridge around here. So yeah, we wasn't very happy about that. Okay, so that's the mirror bar.
Number 4 is the upper mirror.
The upper mirror. Now, I would imagine that's the mirror itself, or
The small one.
yeah, and that one. Okay.
Number 5 is the upper mirror casting.
The upper mirror backing, yeah, casting. Okay. Casing, yeah.
6 is the lower mirror.
6 is the lower mirror, and you have to be very, very careful with these because they look like they are glass, but I don't think they are.
7 is the lower mirror casing.
Lower mirror casing. There we go.
And 8 is for PB screws. Now, what I have noticed is that on the packet it says DP.
It says DP01, yes.
In the magazine it says PB.
Ah, right. So the PB screws are either the same as the DP screws. Well, to me, if I just get one of them for a minute.
Well, they're the same.
Can you tell any difference between them? So I think they are a little bit thicker. So, but yeah, they could easily be the same, but we'll go by using these screws, obviously. Right. Let me just have a slap on my tea. Okay.
Right. Stage 1. Take the upper mirror.
The upper mirror.
The upper mirror casing, and check the orientation of the mirror matches the casing.
Aha, right, yeah, I've spotted that already. You've got a domed piece to the top there and a domed piece to the top of the mirror. Maybe can't tell in my hands here, but that's the way it goes. So do we press that in? Is it a push fit?
04, and fit the mirror into the casing. A small peg is on the back of the mirror, fits into the socket in the casing.
Yeah.
This is a push fit connection.
Yeah, it's gone in there, lovely. Okay. Is that all we have to do with that?
Yeah.
Jolly good.
In the same way, fit the lower mirror into the casing. Note that the peg on the back of the mirror and the socket in the casing settled are not central.
Aha, yes, I see.
So yes. Make sure your mirror's right way up.
You've got to make sure your mirror's right up. Otherwise you'll be looking at it upside down, wouldn't you? Or wrong way around. So, and yeah, it's a push fit, is it, again? Yeah, and it's gone in there. Lovely. Okay.
Then you want your mirror bar.
Mirror bar.
And the 2 assembled mirror casings.
Oh. Do they slot onto there, I'm guessing?
Put the upper mirror casing on top of the arm, part 3. Note there is a slot in the socket on the back of the mirror casing. And a small peg on the arm of the mirror bar, which fits into the slots when you attach the mirror casing. I
see, yes. So put your fingers behind it to support it and then push it on, and then it's a push fit connection. Okay, yeah.
Fit the mirror casing 7 into place on the lower arm of the mirror bar. These are push fit connections.
Lovely. So, and again, it's got like a little keyway that it fits into. So put your finger behind to support it. Make sure it's nice and square. Push on, and then that's a push fit connection of the mirrors. Yeah. Okay.
That's that bit.
That's that bit. All right. Okay. I would imagine they'd be a bit squarer.
Next, you fit in the door handle and the mirror bar.
Okay.
Take the door and the door handle number 2. Fit the handle in position on the door. A small peg on the end of the handle fits into the hole in the door as indicated. If necessary, use a suitable fine file or to smooth the end of the peg or
Okay.
clear excess paint from the hole.
Okay, it looks absolutely fine. So I'm guessing that that goes in there like that, and it goes in like even. Yeah.
Carefully turn the door over so that you can fix the handle in place using a PB screw.
Okay, yeah, one of the screws that came with the issue. So yeah, I've got my fingers behind it, and you're going to have to screw that in very, very carefully because it's going into plastic. So let's see if it goes in nicely. Hopefully it will. Yes, I can feel it going in all the way nicely. Okay, I've got any visitors, is it? No? Oh, thank goodness for that. So, not that we don't want visitors, it's just that with us doing a live, we don't want our visitors while we're live, do we? So, okay, so that's got the handle in nicely.
Right. Position the mirror bar next to the door. Identify the two fixing points of the mirror bar white circles. So
yeah, there's one on the top there and one down there. So, and I gather you push them in there?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look because I'm not over sure of that top one at the moment. So let me just push the bottom one in, see what that does. And see if the top goes anywhere near. Oh yes, it does. Yeah. So
then holding the mirror bar in place, carefully turn the door over so that you can fix the lower fixing points of the bar in place using a PB screw.
Right, okay, so the lower fixing point has to go in first. Yeah, and I can see why, because it's not very stable, isn't that bar? So let's have a DP a screw. Let's have it lined up as well. So if I can pick my screwdriver, get in there. There we are. So yeah, and I don't want to be off camera with it because I want to show you what's what. And I've just lost the screw hole for a minute. I think it's that one. Yeah, and nice and gently. Yeah, I feel it going in, and I won't screw it all the way in because I think what we'll have to do is pop this one in as well, won't we?
Yeah, fit the upper end of the mirror bar in place on the door using a PB screw. Easy to say peanut butter rather.
Peanut butter screw. Using a peanut butter screw. Right, okay, so gently does it in that. I'm shaking, guys, I'm shaking. Shaking because I don't wanna mess it up. Just want to be nice and gentle with this issue at the moment. So okay, and then we'll go a little bit further with that one to try and get that one in. Supporting it, trying to support it with my finger. So it just gives it a little bit of support while you get that screw in. Gripping
it. You have to be careful when you pack that away, aren't you?
Yeah, you are going to have to be careful because it's a bit vulnerable, isn't it? Sticking out like that. So, and I think, yes, that's got it nice. That's got it nice. Right. What's next?
The mirrors have been fitted in the casings, which in turn have been fixed to the mirror bar. The mirror bar and the door handle have been fitted to the driver's door. End of issue 2.
Ah, jolly good. So that's issue 2 done then, guys. So yeah, it's got the mirror bar and the door handle. And the only thing that it's got on there that it shouldn't have, and that's my fingerprints, which it won't have later on. So that's issue 1 and issue 2.
And in issue 3, you get your first wheel.
Oh, I love wheels. I love wheels. I do. I love wheels because wheels means it's a vehicle, and I love vehicles. Right, let me put you back onto me for a minute, and then we'll go through some chat. So, goodness me, I've got some lovely chat coming in, which is brilliant. So, okay, right. So that's me back again. So I hope you enjoyed that. So that's issue 1 and 2 of the Eddie Stobart build, and that's got us on the way now. So I'm really pleased about that. Yes, we've subscribed for the issues, so we'll get every issue right up to issue 140. So I might not build all of them live, but if you can twist my arm enough, I might do it. Who knows? So let's go through a bit of chat, then I'll come on to the thing that I've come to really tell you about on today. So, Mark and Bait, right. So, Welded Mike says, will you get a 3D printer driver or figure for the driver's seat if they do one for the Eddie? Yes, if they do one, then I will get one. If not, then I will find one, and I'll find a. And I've got several other ideas that's running through my head at the moment about other modifications as well, but we'll come to that a bit later on. So Jay's channel says, Neil Ratcliffe, hiya, from the other side of the bay at Fleetwood, laughing out loud. Yeah, that's where Jay is. So, and then Dave McBill says, beautiful paintwork on them parts. Yes, absolutely beautiful. It really is. So, and the ding dong bell's going off somewhere. So, okay, it must be a message. So, Dave McBill says, good luck with the operation, Christine, and hope it goes well for you. So, thank you ever so much for that. Neil Ratcliffe says, Dave, do you know when issue 2 is in the shops, please? Issue 2 should be in the shops next week. Generally speaking, when they give you an issue 1, they usually take 2 weeks before issue 2 comes out. But if you get the slip of paper in issue 1, I'd take it to your newsagent, fill it in with your name and address and everything, and get it ordered through the newsagents. If not, get it ordered through Hachette, and yeah, get building. You won't regret it, I can tell you that now. So, Welded Mike says, Neil, I believe it's next week. Yeah, that's correct. And Dano's Universe says, why is the 2 different size mirrors? I know it may be a weird question. No, there's no weird questions, Dano. So one will be to look back to where the traffic is, and one will be to look where your load is. And one will be higher than the other. And some of them you'll see mirrors coming down at that angle as well, and they're to look down at the side of the cab where the driver's blind spot is and everything. So yeah, that's what they'll be for. So the driver can see alongside and to the rear of the truck, but he can also see what his load's doing on the back as well. So I could have been silly there and said they were for aeroplanes, but I think you wouldn't have believed me anyway, don't know. Right, so here we go. So what can I do? What can go on, Dave? I think I should do it live. Do you have any have all our support? Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I should read that again. So what can go on, Dave? What can go wrong, Dave? I think you should do it live. You have all our support. Thank you ever so much for that, Dana. Yeah, I may do. So Dave Max says, go on, Dave, build the truck live. I may do. So Dave Max says, great work, Dave and Christine. It's looking really good. Thank you ever so much. And then Welded Mike says, you're most welcome, Neil, because Mike told him that the issues are coming in next week. And then we've got Jay's channel says, now twisting your arm to do more lives, laughing out loud. Great build and look forward to seeing more. Yeah, you will be seeing more of me without a shadow of a doubt. So, and Jay's channel says 6th of October is issue 2. Thanks ever so much for that, Jay. And oh, goodness me. So a guy from the 60s said it stopped raining. Yeah, it stopped raining in Leeds. So in String of Beads. So, and then Facebook user says great model for GB. Yeah, great model for Great Britain. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt it is. So, right. So, okay, go from the 60s. Yes, a live build would be brilliant. Okay, well, you may not agree with me when I have what I have to say, and the dog's just joined me as well. You silly boy, aren't you? Yes. Get down, because Dad's working. Go on, get down. Good boy. Right, so I have got a bit of news, and this bit of news, as it may come as a shock to you, it may come as a happy relief to you, it may come as hopefully it's nice news for you to all get involved with. So Agora Models are bringing out the Routemaster, and the Routemaster will be coming out in October, probably mid to the end of October. The date is unsure yet, but what you will know from Agora's newsletter is that they have asked me to be their representative, to be their master sort of builder and expert in building the Routemaster. So I have agreed, and by doing that, Agora Models are supporting me to build a model live on YouTube, and I've also got to do the build diary for Agora Models too. So you will be seeing more of me. I'm also a moderator on their channel at the moment, so I can upload things onto their channel, such as the builds for the Routemaster. I am over the moon. I am absolutely over the moon and delighted that they've actually chosen me to do the job. And yeah, and as I say, so for the next 12 months or so, you will be seeing me quite regular on a YouTube channel. I'm not sure whether it be mine. It could be Agora's YouTube channel, and it could be mine, but as I say, it could be theirs. And we're still in talks at the moment, so we've got lots to talk about and lots to think about. And there'll be a few surprises as well. So, and one of the surprises is that one of the models that I will be building, it will be modded, and it will be possibly painted. So look out for it. Watch out for it. Exciting times ahead, and I'm feeling really over the moon about this news. So, and if you don't know what the Routemaster is, well, I'm going to show you, because I've obviously got one at the side of me, and I'm going to show you what it's all about. So once I've changed my camera, I can get into. Come on, camera. It's acting a bit slow today for some reason. So there we go. So right at the side of me, yeah, I've got some lines on it. It's actually the sun coming through the window. So here is the Hachette Routemaster, and this will be the Agora Routemaster. So if you're subbing to Agora for either 12 months or 24 months on their packages, this is what you will end up with. The 1/12 scale AEC Routemaster bus in London livery, looking lovely as ever. It's got lots and lots of features, which I won't go into now, but I'll just quickly show you. There is the engine. It's the complete AEC 9.6 litre engine, which is beautiful. It's got all its seats, and I do believe that there is possibility that you may get passengers as well and drivers, but I'm unsure at this stage at the moment. As I say, I'm still in talks with them. So, but this is the bus that you will end up with. 1/12 scale, so it's 27.5 inches long, it's 14.5 inches high, and it's 8 inches wide, just like the real bus, but obviously this is in 1/12 scale. So this will sit nicely with what we've just been doing, the Eddie Stobart wagon. And I've got to tell you that it's made of steel, which is like the same as the Eddie Stobart wagon. So it's made of steel mostly, and it's lots of plastic parts as well where there's detail. But this model is the best Routemaster model that you will ever find on the market. Is it a little bit dear? Well, perhaps not. When you consider what you're getting for your money, this model weighs 14 kilograms, and it is one of a kind. And it takes roughly about 3,000 screws to make it, and 1,200 parts or more to make it, and they all come nicely packaged. And once you've got it all built, it looks as lovely as this does, and it has all sorts of opening things and things that happen, and lights and buzzers and bells and whistles and all sorts. And it is just one lovely model. So if you're into Routemaster buses or buses in general, you need this model. You really do need this model. So if in doubt, please subscribe to Agora, and on their website it's live now, so you can subscribe to it. And as I say, it'll be delivered probably to the end of October, and issue one will come out end of October time, something like that, or pack one, should I say, because it's coming in packs. So yeah, look at that, eh? A classic Routemaster bus. Must be the most iconic vehicle in the world. And but yeah, that's what you can build, and I'll be with you every step of the way. So I'll be building it too, from scratch, from issue 1 right to issue 130. So there we go. That's my bit of news, and I hope that's okay with you and everybody else. So, and I'm looking up my thing here, because it's gone under there. Look, there we are. So we'll have some Jacob's cream crackers on, shall we? And then they'll come back to me, and I'll have a drink, and then we'll have a bit of chat, and then we'll say our goodbyes. So excuse me a minute while I have a drink. Oh, I'm drinking from the Ferguson mug today. Ferguson tractor mug. Yeah, it's very you probably won't see this mug anywhere else. Yeah, Ferguson, the Ferguson system, the pride of Branner Lane. Yes, it's a very rare mug, is that one. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm into mugs. Yeah, I've got a stationary engine mug there as well. So, and I've got a Routemaster mug. Yeah, well, 2 or 3 of them. So yeah. So right, let's have a look at chat. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay, I don't even know where I was, because I've gone off on the tangent, haven't we? So Twisting Rams, it's October, we've had issue 2. Okay, so, and it stopped raining in Leeds. So yeah. And okay, let's go a little bit further down. I think yeah. So a guy from Leeds says, yes, a live build would be brilliant. And then Facebook user said, it is your first 112 scale model, Eric Ladunius. It's not my first 112 scale model, isn't the Eddie Stobart. The Routemaster bus was the first 112 scale model. And there is a 112 scale model, I do believe, that was made by Hachette, or marketed by them in France, of the French Renault bus. So that was in 112 scale, I do believe. And I think that was the only other one that I know of, as well as the Routemaster. And now we've got this Eddie Stobart DAF wagon in 112 scale. So there is other 112 scale models that you can buy off the shelf, and they are by Sunstar. So you can have a look on the internet for Sunstar 112 scale, and a few other makes as well. Poach, I think, do them, and Franklin Mint, and several other places do them as well. But they're just already made models, not kits. So Dave Max says, nice one, Dave. I'm really made up for you. Thank you ever so much for that, Dave. I'm really made up, and Christine is too. So Facebook user says, can you activate the subtitles? I don't know how to be honest. I'm going to have to learn to do that, but I will try and activate the subtitles when I go into my editing suite. Okay, and if not, I'll try and activate them from. Let's just have a quick look on here. No, it didn't come up there, so I can't activate on there. So I'll have a look in the editing later on and see if I can do the subtitles. So Max Mod says I can see it live on show on Wednesday evening called Build the Eddie Stobart Show. Well, that's a possibility, but I don't want to stand on anybody's toes, and you know what I mean by that, Mark. So, and then we've got Neil Ratcliffe saying, congratulations, Dave. Thank you ever so much. It's much appreciated. Max Mod says, well done, Dave. You deserve it. Thank you ever so much, Mark. And Dano's Universe says, well done, you deserve it. So pleased for you. Thank you ever so much, Dano. And then John's Model Making says, well done, Dave. Don't forget to get rid of those seat back screws. Yeah, well, that is actually on my list of things to do. Yes. But hopefully you'll all be surprised at what model it's going to turn out to be. So that's the modded one, of course. So Dano's Universe said, so we will be getting an Eddie Stobart mug. Well, I haven't got one yet, but we might do. Don't tempt me, because as quick as I'm buying them, Chris is slinging them in the bin. We've got enough mugs, she keeps saying. We've got enough mugs. So yeah, and John's Model Making says it's windy in Bolton. Yeah, it's windy down here too. It has been this morning. Yeah, I had a neighbour come round to ask me if we could have some of my apples, because we've got lots of apple trees and pear trees, and they were just blowing off with the wind. And of course, once they blow off onto the ground, they're no good. They just get bruised, and you can't really use them. So yeah, well, while I was helping him to get a few apples and pears, it was really windy, and we were more or less stood under the trees, and they were dropping on our heads with the apples. So yeah, yeah, I don't like wind at this time of year, because obviously it spoils the apple and pear harvest for us, and that's quite important when you like apples and pears. So I think that's it. I think we've come to the end of our little build and chat and everything else, and all I can do is thank you ever so much for being there with me all this long journey that we've been on. I've got a huge big thank you to say to all YouTubers and model makers that have helped me along the way, and my goodness me, there has been a lot of you that has really helped me. Thank you ever so much, and I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, I'm going to fulfill this role with pride, and I'll do it for you guys. You know, I'll do it for you, and for all those others that are interested in buying the Route Master 2. So, and I will do it on your behalf. So with that, I'm going to say good afternoon, goodbye. Thank you ever so much for joining, and I'll see if I can find me countdown thing that we use for the northern model builders, and I'm going to say goodbye. So goodbye. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for chatting and everything else. Goodbye. See you soon. Bye.